When a situation was just sex, then being self-absorbed wasn't necessarily a problem because I could pretend to be considerate for a few hours. You know what I'm talking about? I'm really grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, first, subscribe. Second, turn on the bell notification to receive an alert when the latest video has been uploaded. Third, hit the like button to help with the YouTube algorithm. Lastly, comment what you feel and you can leave ideas for future content. Also, share this video to your Facebook and other social media platforms. This is how you can support the channel. Much thanks in advance. Before I jump into the video, I have a public service announcement. I stand on my position that my content is not, I repeat, it's not about other men or what other men do. My content is about me, what I've done, my actions, and my experiences. So, if any man has a problem with the subject matter of my content, I suggest that you make like you meat and beat it, sucker. So let's dive in. A lot of us come from broken homes. We didn't have a template as to how a man should treat a woman. And for the ladies, how a woman should treat a man. Me, for an example. I grew up in a small shotgun house with a lot of people, depending on who were in or out of prison. Before I go any further, let me say thank you to my grandmama for taking me in, putting clothes on my back, and putting food in my stomach. R.I.P. Miss Pee Wee. Now that I'm older, I realize that house wasn't conducive to a child. I say this with no disrespect, but it was what it was. It was home, period, point blank. Does anyone know what it feels like to have to hide your things at all times? Or perhaps putting a soda in the fridge and 5 minutes later, it's gone. Okay, try this one. You iron your school clothes the night before school. Wake up in the morning looking for the clothes, and your uncle is on the sofa asleep with your outfit on because he'd worn them to the club after you fell asleep. All of these scenarios led me to be consumed with self, or rather self-absorbed in my own little world. Being consumed with self wasn't exactly bad under those circumstances, but it, as in consumed with self, became a problem as I started to evolve and wanted to be in relationships. When a situation was just sex, then being self-absorbed wasn't necessarily a problem because I could pretend to be considerate for a few hours. You know what I'm talking about? Late teens and through my 20s, I was using being consumed with self to navigate the streets. When it came to navigating through relationships, that survival tactic obviously threw my metaphorical GPS all the way off. Up was actually down, right was actually left, right was actually wrong, etc. For an example, she, as to generalize, would ask, "Hey, how was your day?" Me, as to actualize would say it was straight, never considering to ask in response about her day. She would recognize that I was stressed out about something and would massage my shoulders, encouraging me that everything would be all right. Me seeing her stressed, I say to myself, she'll be all right, and kept it pushing. You know, real self-centered type shit. That survival mechanism has no place in my current life, as it created a climate of loneliness. If you don't know where you've been, then you'll never know where you're going. It's funny how even now, years and years later, my ego is trying to conspire to defend my former self-absorption by having me to think, well, I couldn't have been that consumed with self because I was very considerate in the bedroom. What? But what Mr. Ego don't know that I know now is that I had a selfish need to please, but only in that way. Had nothing to do with whoever she was. What we know is mandatory. Every time that sun come up, every time it sets, that you will grow old. But what some of us have come to realize is that it's an option to grow up. So, by way of karma, self-analyzing, and like I said, just growing up. Today I know you have to be more considerate. You have to be more gentle, more mindful, more respectful, more caring, more romantic. The key to being in love is making yourself lovable. And let me say that again. The key to being in love is making yourself lovable. You can't be loved back if you're not lovable. Don't treat people how you wish to be treated. Take it a step further. Treat people how you wish to be treated 5 times over. I want to close by saying thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video to your social media platforms, and thanks for the support in the channel. And I'll end it with a Sade lyric. Maybe it applies, maybe it don't. It applies to me, right? A golden thread inside of a web that I got caught in. It's a lover's revenge, but out of the pain comes the best things. Peace out, y'all.